to the Nah I Mean show.
Nah, I mean,
It's your favorite host, No Face Rel.
and shoot the artist. Nah, I mean, and listen, y'all. It's been a little minute since y'all seen us, but we back and we better. We back and we better, you know. And we gonna get right into it. You know, we got our favorite insights about the community. You know, we got some interesting developments going on in the capital region as of this month. Come on now, let's go, y'all. Let's go. Come on, we got the Pyramid Group. Remember we talked about Pyramid Group
Oh, yeah.
a couple episodes ago?
Mm-hmm.
How they own Crossgates. So now, right, No Face, they want to expand their real estate portfolio. So you know what they about to get into?
What they about to do?
They about to get into self-storage units. So for anybody who is trying to start a self-storage company or a moving company, definitely hit a Pyramid Group, because right now they're in the development of making some self-storage units right in the Crossgates Commons area, you know? So yeah, go look into that, yeah, you know? Also, we have a local entrepreneur. You know, I'm not going to reveal his name yet, because the industry that he's getting into is very controversial. You know, it's the cannabis industry. So, No Face, how would you like a cannabis delivery service in the capital region?
Now, I feel like it will be more qualified, you know, as far as what I'm getting in my cannabis, as far as like, you talk about like a knockoff spot or some guy on the street. You don't know what you're getting, opposed to going somewhere that's qualified and went through, you know, different parameters and stuff like that to make sure that they're giving the right things to the community and the consumer. So I definitely look forward to that, you know.
That's a fact, you know. And to go off what No Face just said, you don't know what's in this cannabis that they delivering. At least with qualified, state verified people that's able to deliver and sell it, we can at least have a idea of what's in it or what kind of hybrid it is, you know. So they're gonna the delivery service starts today on 420, you know. So make sure y'all have y'all bank accounts ready, because in order to use the service, you need to have a banking number and a routing number and account number. You need all that. So you can't use your credit card, debit card to go purchase some cannabis with the cannabis delivery service, you know. So make sure you get all your people that got ailments, that's sick out there, get them on this, you know.
True. So some other things that's going on in the community. So we got the Albany Institutes of History and Arts. So they're going to be offering free admission, people. Free admission.
Free?
April 30th. So it's definitely probably going to be a lot of people there. So you definitely want to get your tickets and all that, and go check out the museum and what they got to offer.
Nah, that's fire. We there.
So we jumping into this week's topic. So one of the headlines that I'm seeing is, you know, the Dominion voting system versus Fox News case. So what's going on with this is, you know, it's the trial is already beginning. It began on Monday, and you know the landmark defamation case will determine whether the network can be held financially liable for the publishing false claims that the voting machines was rigged in the 2020 election.
Oh my God.
Now, you know, with Trump and his allies and stuff, they kind of pushed the narrative that, you know, like that they were rigged by you know, by the voting system and stuff, and
Yeah.
and they're not taking that well. So they got a case going against Fox News for pushing that narrative, and right now we're gonna see how this case unfolds, you know, like.
That's a fact, because if any of y'all know that Fox has a long history of pushing false propaganda in order to meet the agendas of certain individuals, you know, they pander a lot to whoever's giving them the bag. So yeah, they did it to themselves.
True. So we seen that Jay-Z, he was over in Paris this past week, and he did a little performance at one of the Louis Vuitton concerts, and it was basically for Basquiat, and it was also for Andy Warhol.
Okay.
So it was paying their tribute to that, and they had Jay-Z up on stage, and you had a couple of his fans out here in America that's like, hey, like, where's our concert? For our area, and then you got people saying, hey, that was good that he was able to go over to a different country and spread it and highlight his career on the stage. So, how you feel about that performance out there?
I mean, I'm split between the two because out here we haven't. When the last time we had a whole performance for the arts, for the performing arts? You feel me? We have plenty of established American artists out here that you could have put on a show for, performed for, got in contact with out here. But it's also good that he's expanding his influence and brand in other countries and cities. Because as a legacy builder, you want to make sure that your legacy is known in multiple places. If you only known in your city and town, you local.
Yeah, this
you
is
want to
true.
be international. So
Right.
yeah, go do that over there. Now, look at the response now. People's like, "Where's ours? Where's ours?" Now they'll make a organization come together over here where Jay-Z could come over and be like, let me come perform for y'all in tribulation to our past artists that put in the work, So I feel like it's good on both ends, It makes people wake up.
True.
And speaking of international players, we got Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves, our favorite Matrix main character, right?
John Wick.
Come on now. And John Wick. Come on now. Crazy. So Keanu Reeves franchise is worth over $1.7 billion, and
Bruh.
apparently that's the amount that he wanted to pay out to Jet Li, or he wanted to pay that portion out of his company. He wanted to give Jet Li almost $2 billion to be in the sequel for the Matrix. But Jet Li is smart. He understands corporate America and how things work. He understands the patent office. He understands copyright laws. So Jet Li rejected it. And you know why? Because they wanted to digitize his martial arts, like his movements. You ever see the CGI or like the 3D animation where they have to put the little nodes on their body?
Video game.
Yeah, and they record your movements.
Green screen.
Exactly. So Jet Li wasn't with it. He said, no, I'm good. He said, I worked too hard all my life to perfect this. At first, he was with it. He was like, cool, until they said, oh, no, we got to digitize your movements. But then he was like, hold on, if you digitize my movements, that means you own my martial arts. That means you could put my moves on any other person and they could say that that's theirs, but that's really mine. And it's like right now, in this weird space we're living in, how do you patent yourself?
Yeah, you see what's going on with the AI.
like how? Like from voices to hand, like how do you do it? So how do you feel about that, No Face?
I definitely agree with that, because if you to get in a little deeper into you, as far as you see with the AI situation, now we starting to see artists getting their songs and stuff getting not even their songs, their voice getting put onto a different song that they didn't originally write or made, and now we starting to see all these different remixes, but you're getting a backlash from the artist saying, hey, like this is getting out of hand. Like, it's like, how do you protect that as far as the patent on the idea, or the patent on the digitize on his moves and whatever likeness it might be from you? Like, how do you protect yourself of that, And with the AI, everything is moving so fast right now, so it's like,
exactly,
you don't know who's making what and where is it possibly coming from. So it's like, I definitely agree with Jet Li, as far as making that move, because his work would have definitely been everywhere, and it's probably already been trying to been copycat,
like bits and pieces,
just based off of martial arts itself. So
exactly, and like you said, if they could do that with voices, take your voice and then make it say a whole nother thing. Who's telling that they can't get somebody to move the same way like Jet Li.
Yeah.
You feel me? They can, I don't know, the way that America work, they'll really steal your idea, then try to flip it and make it seem like you the one that stole the person that stole your idea.
True.
Just because they got more funding and money, you know? So be careful out there, y'all. It's scary out there,
True.
you know? And keeping on track about scary AI. We got OpenAI, the company that created ChatGPT-4. So right now, you know what they're doing? They're having experimentation. So they're hiring professionals from different colleges across the country to come in and test out ChatGPT-4 using different prompts. And one of these professors, Professor Andrew White, he said that he found implications for dangerous chemistry. Now, if you know what that means, he's basically saying that the average person who has access to AI or ChatGPT, they can look up recipes on how to do chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
And if they want to do certain things, they'll be able to put that recipe together and create some disaster.
Yeah, that sounds like a bomb or whatever mechanism you want to build. You gotta just ask the ChatGPT, like, hey.
You know, and that's the scary part. So he's trying to warn the higher ups at OpenAI, like, hey, listen, I feel like y'all need to put some more limiting features, or when people ask certain questions, put a feature to where the AI is asking them, like, oh, what's the reason you want to look that up? What are you interested in? So you can have a more clear-cut, precise reason why this person is looking stuff up. Now, if they're a chemistry major in college, like, oh, no, it's for my project, or I got to learn something. Okay, cool. You got to watch them too. But a regular person, oh, what does so-and-so mixed together make? Yeah, why you need to know that? For what? Yeah. I was trying to look for a new cleaning product. Okay, cool. Make sure the AI is able to ask that person, are you trying to look for a valid cleaning solution?
Or if so, I could direct you into this way, you know, and this moment, this part right here is cut off. Like, you can't go past. I don't have an answer for that question.
Yeah. Know? Oops, sorry. The program you're looking for don't work no more. Yeah. Something. You know, and then listen. It's getting crazy out here, from the crazy AI, from they trying to steal your body, to freaking now you can't even properly make money here in America now without the powers that be trying to stop the money flow. So we got Twitch. You know Twitch, right? No face. The wonderful Twitch, the gaming platform, the live platform that has
the
streaming platform that's provided us with multiple things to be entertained with over the years. And now they're what they doing? They're on their ban wars. They're banning people like it's nothing. The ban-topocalypse, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because they just banned their top 3 streamers in like a succession, like in the same week.
Yeah.
So we have Kai Cenat, we have Aiden Ross, and then we have iShowSpeed. You know, each one of them have over 1 million subscribers. You feel me? On Twitch. So it's like, Twitch, why did you ban them? Now, as I was doing my research, Twitch didn't have a real clear reason. They try to say that, that the content that they was doing wasn't following guidelines.
Up to their standards.
Yeah, or something. But I'm like, they've been doing the same content for the last 2 years. So it's okay when they was doing it, when they was at the bottom not doing it. But now when they're doing it, making money to the point where they're actually an influencer, where they can decide something, where they can make certain things move. 1 million subscribers is nothing small to look at. That's a small army. That's a small city. That's a country.
Yeah.
You got 1 million people following you. So you tell me at any given moment, you post something, anything you do, you could have thousands of people looking at it. You could buy something and show it to your people, and thousands of people will buy that product. Or you could produce a product and thousands of people will buy this from you, putting money in your pocket, enriching you. You don't have to go work a 9 to 5.
But yeah, my whole thing on that is they banned them control, you know?
Yeah.
when you got different companies coming at you with different offers and sponsors, and you're not able to regulate, and you're only just part of the Twitch streaming part, and you're not able to say, hey, like, where's our cut, or on how he controls his content, whether he is getting posted on YouTube, Rumble, or one of these other social media sites. So I feel like the control part is the reason why they banned them, because they're like, hey, like, you're getting too big for our platform, you know. So, but I feel like it's a huge loss on Twitch as well. You got 3 caliber streamers that brings in a lot of that revenue, brings in a lot of that audience. So we're gonna see. I mean, it's definitely a lot more gamers out there that's producing stuff and streaming, but like, how are they gonna get treated once they start to get big? Are you gonna ban them as well? So
Exactly. So now we're starting to see a pattern on multiple social media platforms. They're trying to make it harder for regular content creators to make content. Like, even like what on Spotify recently, they took away your 1 cent per play. Now you need 100 subscribers minimum now. And I get it. It's business. It's so much influx into these industries that they need some type of cap on it, or things is gonna go away. You can't keep paying people out these large amounts of money and then hitting the milestones you put up.
yeah,
You need to make it a little harder. So now the people that really want it, they gonna work harder. But now you gotta, it's messed up now, because now you got people working twice as harder to receive even less now.
yeah.
You feel me? Before you had to put like 100 videos out, you could make 1,000. Now they switched that 100 videos, you making 500. Now with that 100 videos, it's 200. Now you making $1 a video. Come on now.
But also to add to that, I feel like what messes it up and waters it down is a lot of people that like to start up, that think that they want to start a podcast, or maybe start doing streaming, and then they get maybe 6-7 episodes, and they're seeing that they're not getting the revenue they want. Now that's just the next podcast in an empty space sitting in the podcast world or in the streaming world that's taking up space. So now that account maybe made X amount of dollars, and it's like, it's just sitting there, because it's like
they're not being consistent about it.
Like they had to make some type of, you know, restriction for you to reach a level for you to be like, okay, like, all right, now you start getting paid since you're taking it serious. So I could see that.
Yeah, you know, and it's like on the content creator side, y'all remember, your content is yours. You can sell it, lease it out. You choose to put your stuff on these platforms. Get you a hard drive and make sure you got a backup of all your content, because just in case when these platforms go down, you're good.
True. So I'm seeing NASA, you know, they basically, you know, they put a lot of satellites up in the air for whether it's scientific research, or, you know, just whether to have our cell phones working, you know. So, but back in 2002, NASA, they sent up a satellite, you know, and right now it's been about, you know, over 20 years of that satellite being up there. So, but now it's starting to be decommissioned, you know, and being taken down. Now with this satellite, it's just going to drop back to Earth, you know, and they have no idea where this thing is landing. But they say that it's like a 1 out of 2,000% chance that somebody will get harmed by it. So it's like a rare incident that would happen. But it's like, my whole thing is like, you guys should be more
careful,
be more aware of this satellite that's going to be coming back down to Earth, and it's saying that most of it's going to, you know, burn and do
most of it. But what's going to happen to that core that get all hot?
Yeah, that little
melted
piece.
and so that could go through somebody's face. Oh my God!
But the fact that they have an unknown landing spot for this is just the scary part. But they said that they're going to be, you know, monitoring it, and you know.
I mean, it should not hit the planet, and you don't know where it's going to land, because by the time it get into the atmosphere, you're like, okay, we have a general area of where it might land.
It might be too late, you know. So,
and my thing is like, how high up in the atmosphere in space did y'all have this? Like, decommissioning is taking it apart, right?
Yeah.
So they just took it apart and it just floated away in mid taking it apart, and it was like, wow, we just It's too expensive to take it apart. We're gonna let it fix itself. We'll take itself apart. Wow.
Yeah, so that was a couple of the headlines that I ran through for the week.
Listen, y'all, and it gets crazy. It's just crazy because the world we live in, y'all.
Yeah, it's scary.
Listen, this is economy talk, y'all. We getting right into the economy talk because I feel like I know that a lot of y'all don't understand the economy we live in. And everything, you can know anything what you want as long as you do your research and go back into history. Today, we talking about workplace havoc, the origins of the 9 to 5. You feel me? Where did the 5-day work week, 40 hours a week come from? Well, let's dive into it. No face. How you feel about today's traditional 9 to 5s opposed to our parents' 9 to 5s back then?
Now you saying as far as like
a traditional job, a regular job,
9 to 5, just 40 hours, 5 days a week.
Yeah, like from like your experience as a working adult compared to like maybe your mother's or grandmother's working experience. Like, do you think things have changed?
I mean, as far as me growing up, it's pretty much been the same my life. As far as witnessing my mom, going to work, going to school, and that would happen over a period of 5 days, and take most of the week, so.
No, so would you say that your overall work experience has been like positive or negative?
I'll say like my working experience, for the most part, I would say was negative. Just far as like, I felt like it wasn't even so much the jobs. I might like the job, but like I have a life outside of the job, so it's hard to get things done in 48 hours, and it's been kind of, just rough as far as just with dealing with 9 to 5, so.
Yeah, and I feel like 48 hours is not enough. It's just not enough to do what you gotta do. And then it gets to the point like, does the work-life balance really exist, or is that just a dream they told us to chase, just like the American dream, But to get into this economy talk, the 9 to 5, believe it or not, Henry Ford was the first one to create the 9 to 5 or implement something like that back in the 1910s, 1920s, when he started the Model T production. So basically, since Ford was the first one to implement it, he had a lot of scrutiny from his competitors and colleagues because at that time, it was the turn of the Industrial Revolution. So they needed as many people to work for as long as possible to get these projects done. It's like, this is the time of the mega project.
Yeah.
Buildings is being built in New York City that's tall as crazy today. Railroads is being built throughout the country. So these companies like the Andrew Carnegie, JP Morgans and stuff like that, they need workers.
Yeah.
So you got people like JP Morgan with one of the biggest, largest productions within the country due to his assembly line, So basically he was like, okay, I got all these workers, I got all these production cuts. How can I make my people even happier and make them want to work more? Because he understood company loyalty. And when your workers is loyal to you as a company, your company is able to grow faster, not just monetarily, but
it flourishes.
Exactly. And you get a better brand. So with that happening, he implemented it. And within the first year or two, he instantly saw results. You know what he saw? He noticed that when you give the average man, because at this time, mostly men was working in these mining and fields. Women was working too, but they was like doing clothes. They was in sewing factories and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But in a general sense, they noticed that when you give people more time to do themselves and they have a little bit of time to focus on themselves, they're more likely to come back to work.
Yeah.
Because now that they're not in survival mode no more, because before then, everyone was just working all day. He was working 18 hours a day. You came home, slept, woke up, and went to work again. It was no have fun. It was no go on vacation. The American dream was still wasn't even in inception yet, you know? So you have a lot of people for the first time in their life, and they probably was little kids, they growing up, this first time in their life, they actually have extra money to actually do something, to actually go out to eat. So with him creating that 9 to 5, it also was the beginning of our consumer society we live in today, because their wants over time became needs. Oh, I want to go out to eat. Oh, I need to go out to eat. Oh, I need to eat. I need to go out to eat. You feel me? Versus going out to eat was like, oh, a once a month thing. Like, oh, you going out to eat? Oh, that's special. No, people didn't really trust other people's food unless that was like directly in your neighborhood.
Yeah, it was a luxury, you know.
Exactly. So people wasn't used to that type of time. So now you got people that's got the whole Saturday and Sunday off. They work 5 days a week. They got some money. Oh, wait. Hold on. The other thing that Ford did was he increased the pay at the time. So the regular pay at the time was like $2.50. He increased it to $5 an hour. And then he cut the working time from 60 hours a week to down to 48 hours. So he had the 5 days, but you was working 12 days. You was working 12 hours out of those 5 days. Then he cut it down to where, okay, you just going to work 8. Now you're going to do 40. Yeah. So then when he did that, things just got crazy. You got other people making businesses just for people to come spend their money. Because now you have all these people with money. They have nowhere to spend it.
Yeah.
Their houses, their bills is paid. They getting paid the best wages in the country right now. And with that happening, you got even more people want to come in and work. So of course, you have all the competitors and people he cool with start adopting the 9 to 5. They see how Ford's workers is happy. They're not sad. They're looking clean. Then you start having the creation of the middle class. You know, so today's 9 to 5 is a mere shell of what it used to be. Back then, when you had a 9 to 5 job, you was looked at as somebody with respect in the community. People looked up to you. People like, oh, that's a working man, you know? Because back then, it wasn't all this push for degrees and stuff like that. Back then, rudimentary skills and physical labor was what got you to the next level. That's how you progress. Yeah, you had to be smart, but you had to be physically smart too. You had to know something. You had to get in the field. So with that changing, you got all these degrees. Now you got these consumerism jobs. Before, everything was production. Everybody was mom and pop shop.
Yeah, things that we actually need for America to, you know, rotate, you know, like now, then it started to come out with more businesses and the things that we seeing just today, like just to consume, you know, things that we essentially don't need, you know, so.
That's a fact, you know, so now we have this new consumer society. We got this new middle class coming up, and we got a whole new way of working. So yeah, by the time 1930 came, the old way of working all week and all day was over. Americans were now used to this 9 to 5 life. And if you had a job that was trying to come in and do all this extra stuff, no, that's how you got the human rights and the workers' rights movement started, because of stuff like that, because Ford paved the way. But he didn't pave the way for his worker. He paved the way because of his business. How can I make the people that's working for me more happy? As any business person, entrepreneur, or boss, people often mistaken, oh, these people work for me. No. The more employees you have, that's the more people you work for as the boss. You have to make sure all these people are happy, all these people enjoy the work environment, all these people are paid a proper salary to where they can stay long enough to help you get to where you got to go as a company. But if you think in the mindset, oh, they go work for me, now you got bosses that be power tripping at the job.
Yeah.
You witnessed that before, right? No,
definitely.
You know, you sitting there working, they micromanaging you, or they saying little funny stuff under their breaths because they say, oh, I'm your boss, you want your job. You shouldn't have to be subjugated to that type of treatment at your workplace. You should be able to come to your job, work, and go home. You shouldn't have to be getting all types of physical abuse, mental abuse, verbal abuse, you know?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
That's all they wanted you to do, is just come in and work and leave. Now times, you know, you got a lot of people just giving up on work altogether, and it's sad. It's sad, y'all. So No, that's our economy talk this episode, cause we all going through it. You know, I got a 9 to 5 too, and yes, if you watching this episode, I'm talking about you, my managers. Y'all be power tripping, but y'all gotta watch this episode.
Bruh.
You know, so yeah, that's my economy talk, y'all. Get some skills so y'all don't have to keep running this rat race called the 9 to 5 job. You know, you gotta be asleep to believe the dream.
True. So, to lighten up the situation for y'all folks, we gonna get into Would You Rather this week.
Would you rather?
So, with my first one, would you rather be on a boat for a month or on a plane for a week?
Like the plane don't land, it's just in the sky.
Somehow it just got it probably got like 12 gas tanks in it or something for 12 fuel tanks in there. So it's just flying for a week.
Do that.
Flying for a week
Oh,
straight.
no, I'm picking that boat.
A boat for a month?
Yeah, because at least I know it could be by land, but I'm still in the water. I'll have to jump and swim to shore real quick. Cool. You know, but I know it's going to be other people on the boat. Versus the plane, it's like after a while, we on this plane hoping we survive this whole week. Versus a boat, we not really worried about it sinking. There's no glaciers out here, unless a foreign military hit us with a missile or something.
You know that feeling seasick. You can last a seasick feeling for a month.
Listen.
Seasick is when it's I gotta get off this boat. I need to get to some land.
Oh man, and that's the thing. I don't even know if I get seasickness. I haven't been on the boat long enough.
Then on the planes, you got the turbulence. You know, every once in a while, you might go through a thundercloud, and the whole plane might be.
Yeah, nope. Give me the seasickness for 30 days.
Yeah, I'll take the boat as well.
Y'all won't see me for a while. When y'all do, I'm good for that day. That's a fact. You know, so I have a would you rather, would you rather, go live in the desert, or go live in the jungle. Now, the desert I'm talking about like the Saudi Arabia desert, where it's just hot, it's barely water, or you want to go live in the jungle in the Amazon. You feel me? Either way, you got to fend for yourself, but it's pros and cons to both.
I feel like my survival might last longer in the jungle just because it might be different fruits, might be a little stream of water, and it might be predators as well. But those predators, I could probably climb in a tree. Hopefully, if they can't climb as well, but
yeah, it'd be them.
So that would be more of the risk factor of it, as far as the predators. But out in the middle of the desert, it's just all right, I could still get eaten by a predator, but now I have less tools. I probably don't have no water or food to have the energy to at least fight off this predator. So it's I'll probably take my chances in the jungle, even though the jungle is creepy. You could just walk right in the jungle and a snake just bites you,
or you could step on a poisonous plant.
Yeah, or eat the wrong thing.
You know. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to go with the desert, cause I'm gonna just have to learn water conservation, and then it's I'm not eating as much, so my body fat content is gonna be really small. Cause you in the desert, you walking, you're not gonna stay still. You gotta.
Yeah.
It's a different type of survival. If you're able to find some water, you could make you a little brick hut out of some water and sand and protect yourself from the elements at night. So get your survival skills up, y'all.
Yeah. So I got one for you. So we all not here forever. So when we are leave the earth, leave the physical, what would you rather come back as, an animal or a spirit of yourself?
What?
Oh my God.
You like Buddy the cat, just the house cat, or you want to be the guy that's lurking around, checking up on your loved ones and the ones that did you wrong in your past, and just hunting them. And
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be the spirit of myself. Because either way, I'm coming back here. I'd rather be me. I don't want to be an animal. I see how people treat animals.
you could be a wild animal like an elephant or a wild lion or something, king of the jungle.
No, I'm gonna take that spirit.
Take the spirit.
Yeah, because it's like animals are just, they so basic and primitive. They don't have that extra oomph where they could be like, you know what? Okay, if I'm gonna come back as a lion, I want to be able to be like, okay, I'm a lion. How can I make money as a lion? You feel me?
The lion don't have that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm so used to human, like this physical stuff. Like, I would go catch the gazelle, cut it up, and
But it's not like your consciousness will go into the lion. Like, all right, I'm a lion now. Like, what do I do? How do I fit in? I hope this guy doesn't bother me over it. Like, you're gonna be a lion.
Like cemented in a role. Yeah. Like, I'm a lion. I've always been a lion. I don't know nothing else.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, I'm picking that spirit. I got people to hunt. I got people to take care of. I got people to warn. You know, I could be like, you know, you ever get a feeling or something and somebody just call you, or you just call somebody. I could be like, hey, that person is doing something crazy. They talking about you. Call them right now. That's what I would pick.
That's cool.
You know, but yeah, my next one. You know, would you?
It's one of those tough ones, huh?
If you had the choice, would you rather live 50 years in the future or 50 years in the past? Like, as your current age, you just start at your age 50 years in the past or in the future.
So we talking 1970.
Yeah, or 2073.
See, like, just based on the music of the 70s, like, I would love to go back and wear some funky pants and had an afro. You know, the disco shoes,
That's a fact. I can see them.
I feel like the 70s was a great time, just as far as just everything, just life, you know. It was a lot more, it's like a free time, I guess, you know, and it was like, I guess, right after, like, slavery and stuff like that, and people were starting to be more blend in around those times and getting along and clubbing with each other, and opposed to 70, you said 2073?
Yeah.
That's scary. 2073? I mean, I can only imagine. We're going to have robots, and the president's going to be a robot, and the AI going to be our morning announcement.
Oh my God! No. They already got the robots in New York City patrolling this summer.
Yeah, people gonna be walking in the stores paying with their wrist, like, yep,
right,
just swiping with their wrist for their groceries. Yeah, I'll go back to 50 years into the past on that one. How about you?
I mean, I would love to go back into the past, but the way that we have the tools to really succeed right now, and it's really about your work ethic, I'm going to go 50 years in the future. With my current age and knowledge, I feel like I'll be able to survive and adapt pretty well, you know, especially since I'm going in the future. Everybody I know right now going to be old, and then it's like the new generation of kids, I'm pretty sure they won't be as smart. I don't know. Look what's going on. You feel me? Our beautiful American country is being ripped out from the inside out, and it hurts me because I was born here, you know. But it's like, if the government don't get it right, you know, them 2073 kids gonna be really hurting. But yeah, I'm going to the future.
Cool. So, you know, in just today's age and how life is, you know, a lot of people don't have the common sense, and I'm gonna break it down for y'all folks on lifestyle and depth for you folks.
That's a fact.
So we're gonna be talking about gaining some common sense, some more common sense, because common sense nowadays ain't so common. So first off, some ways to start off with gaining some common sense is, start off with gaining some experience. The first thing to note is in common sense, it comes from experience, whether it's the school of life and not the formal education. Now, this means trying, failing, and picking yourself up, repeating until you succeed, then pushing through life. Now, by repeating this pattern, you eventually start to gain common sense. You don't want to fall back down, so you know that, all right, I got to make the right decision so I don't fall back down.
That's a fact.
Now, with number 2, you want to develop your perspective. Now, another way to build common sense is to find perspectives for a given situation. The more you can see, the better you can make a decision. And if you're stuck in your own little world with your blinders on, you will not be able to see that well. Now, how can you find other perspectives about anything? It's very simple. Just use a little common sense.
Facts.
Now, ask someone else if they see it. Now, if the next person sees the issue that you're dealing with, it's more than likely they're using common sense. So just have that perspective on different things, different situations. Number 3, something that a lot of people deal with and they don't want to use their common sense is overcoming your fear. Now, another way to build common sense is to conquer your fear of failing. So fear can keep you from trying new things and gaining new experiences, which will limit your ability to develop more common sense. Now, you want to just be able to just go through things and just look at it like, all right, if I go through with this and I make it through, like, I feel like a lot of times with people, they go through a situation or not go through a situation because they feel like it might be the end of the world to them, and it's really much smaller than that, like it's almost you get that anxious feeling. You feel like something's gonna happen to you if you don't make it through this obstacle. But it's like, go through it. You will feel much better. Even if you fail, you will know, all right, what's something I could do to get back up and go through this situation. So with number 4, you want to respond or create. So with this way, is common sense is to learn to respond or create rather than react. So with that, like a lot of situations, people tend to react instead of to respond or create. So with this again requires building self-awareness. To respond or create, you must slow down whenever your emotions hijack your brain. Purposely delay doing anything until you are in full control. Then either respond reasonably or create something that eliminates the issue or problem. So don't just go head straight on with whatever problem you got. Like, I'm just gonna just go through it. And no, you have to sit there and really analyze what's going on in front of you. Now it's up to you to respond or create. So just be real mindful and have that self-awareness to understand on how to get through situations. And now, this right now is number 5, and this is the last one for y'all, and I'm gonna call it KISS. KISS is the acronym for it, and KISS is basically keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple, stupid. And sometimes you gotta tell your brain that, because sometimes we overanalyze things and we
overthinking.
So use the KISS principle. Keep it simple, stupid. So we often look for something that is not there when the answer is simple and straightforward, So we might look at it like, you might look at 2 apples and be like, is that one apple by itself? And no, it's 2 apples. Like,
what are you talking about?
You don't need to go trying to analyze and look anywhere else. It's right there in front of you. So make sure y'all keep it simple. So that was the lifestyle in depth for you folks. So make sure y'all getting that common sense, just being aware of yourself and your colleagues around you. You know, put your neighbor on. You know, let
That's
them
a
know.
fact. Each one teach one.
And this week, if you did it to yourself,
You did it to yourself.
so you know, I feel like the last one happened as far as with a relationship, but this one is a whole different other twist.
Ooh.
So you know, sometimes people get in relationships, sometimes people get married,
Yes.
and things don't work out. And a lot of times we see situations where, you know, the woman significant other, she receives the benefits depending on, you know, the husband's profession.
Yeah.
Well, her name is Heba Abouk, and she filed for divorce from Moroccan soccer player Arif Hakimi. Now, when she filed for this divorce, she was expecting, you know, a little piece of the pie. Now, throughout his career playing soccer, he's accumulated $70 million, you know, and that's all over the news. It's all over everywhere. So in her head, she's like, my husband's worth $70 million. So when I get this divorce, maybe I might receive 20 million, 30 million, you know?
40 million.
Yeah. But what she didn't know when she divorced him is that his entire earnings is in the care of his mother. And it's all under her name, under the mother's name. So this guy is completely broke.
Get out of town.
Completely broke. But whatever he needs, he go ask his mom. Hey, mom, I need to pay rent. Hey, mom, I want to go buy a Porsche. But he's completely broke, you know? So she's not receiving anything. And with her filing this divorce, it's kind of a spin back on her. Now, she's worth $3 million, you know? $3 million.
Oh, my God.
And like I said, Arif, he's not worth anything.
He's zero.
So by filing for this divorce, now she owes him some money. Now, so he's gonna be taking some of that $3 million from her since he's broke.
Yeah,
he doesn't have any money. So that's how the cookie crumbles when you try to go after somebody's, you know,
money.
Yeah, their hard work earns, you know, and
like instead of just divorcing because you don't love the person no more, why you want to take their money too? Just say you don't love them no more, or don't even get married, because stuff like this gonna happen and backfire on y'all.
And men, you know, including myself, because I'm not married yet, you know. So take this man for example, for, you know, like on just managing your finances, you know, and if you are gonna get married and you're not. I mean, of course, when you get married, the fireworks is in the air, the feelings is good, but then years go into it. Sometimes it doesn't go that way. So you want to always protect your finances and assets when it comes down to the business. So look at him for example on how to move things. You know, like
facts. You know, or something else maybe you could do is, you know, put it in the trust. That way, nothing is in your name. Because when these divorces happen, they're taking half of what's in your name. So if stuff ain't in your name or it's in a company name, come on. Now, remember when Bill and Melinda Gates got their freaking divorce or whatever? She didn't take half the company. She took half of his assets and wealth. You feel me? She couldn't take nothing in the company. It's a whole separate entity. So
true.
You put all your stuff in your trust fund under a certain entity, you can avoid this as well.
This is true. So, you know, ending off the episode, you know, this week, my birthday was on Tuesday, folks. So, you know,
that's a fact.
This entire week is basically my birthday week, but we're going to be handling some business as well, folks. So we're going to be down there in Atlanta this weekend for the iHeart Black Effect Podcast Festival. We got Charlemagne, Just Hilarious, 85 South, a couple other
ATL.
Couple people gonna be in attendance. So if y'all in the area, you know, and y'all want to check out the Nah Mean Show, definitely tap in with us. We gonna have some merch on us. Shoot the Artist gonna have some paint. You know, might draw a canvas on the spot for you.
You know that.
So we look
Community
forward
painting.
to seeing y'all folks. It's been a dope episode, the Nah I Mean Show. I'm No Face Rel.
And I'm Shoot the Artist. Nah, I mean.
Nah I mean.
Welcome everybody. It's your favorite abstract artist, Shoot the Artist, y'all. And today on Painting with Shoot, we got another one. Listen, this painting right here, I call it The Lies Inside Me. Because I feel like this is what happens when we tell lies. At first, they start off regular, but as the lies deepen and bolden, they turn real dark black and they start solidifying within inside of us to the point we believe the lies. You feel me? You can see that's a distinct cutoff. This is where the lie originates. It builds up inside of us. And when we don't handle that or we don't adjust that, it starts hardening up. It starts calcifying, you know? And I feel like this is what goes on into our people in society that tell the most lies. They just have a bunch of this inside, just solidified, hardened lies they believe and tell themselves day in and day out, you know? So that's my painting with Shoot, y'all. Shoot.